Hey, question for you. Are you going to use that plant hanger that she had up by her door? Cool. I was going to use it for to hang stuff on from my slingshots. Cool. I wanted to ask before. I didn't know how much of that junk you were.
No. Pretty sure I got most.
Oh, come on. Oh, you're. Oh, that's all right.
Close. Oh, skill.
That's all right.
I pretty much got what I want. There's a couple of random, like, there's a TV in there. It's a small monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That stinks.
It's all up, yeah. All up for grabs. So I don't really care.
All right, cool. I will grab that because there's going to be some things I want to do when I want to hang something.
Yep.
Cool.
How's the YouTube channel?
Good. Did one Saturday.
What's your account?
Phillips Hobbies.
Oh, sure.
I'm doing a live right now.
Oh, really?
I did one Saturday and had people from all over the world. Had like 100 people on.
Nice.
Picked up 50 subscribers. So.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to get a few more tonight. Already got 2. Hey Dallas, how's it going? And Squatch. Sorry, I'm just getting set up. Is my mic coming through? Should turn me blue so you have someone to moderate. I will do that, Squatch. Let's see if I can figure this out. Add as moderator. Standard moderator. All right, Squatch. You can keep the ne'er-do-well trolls out for me. Mr. Leon. All right, let me get my stuff out. And my buddy Dallas, the Mr. Big Time winner from the giveaways. As you guys can see, I have my new target range set up. I've been working towards it, and when I got back from the tournament, I ordered the mat from Omega Slings. And I finally got a pounder for the T-post today from a friend. I'm not going to go buy one of those for crying out loud. Those things are expensive. And I only need it for like 2 or 3 times. So anyway, I got one of those today, and she's pounded in the ground pretty good. And I'm going to be adding another string of cord across the back there to hang some targets on. I got a ground target, a flip thing, and I got a can there that I use for my long distance. So I think I'm good. Audio's good? Cool, thank you. I forget to put my mic on before I start up, and sometimes I'm wondering if it's coming through because I can't see in the sun. I'm going to shoot some short draw for a while because the wind is starting to die down. Then I'll pull the big guns out. See if I can hit one of them spinners on the flippers on the bottom. Don't have to worry about my garage now. I got it. Oop, got it again. If you see a dog run through, my neighbor's running his dog. He's got a really nice black lab that he throws the ball this way, and sometimes she comes by, so hopefully she won't knock the thing over. Carrie something said hi, hello. I can't see because the sun's in my eyes, but dang, you guys are good. 52 people on already. Make sure you guys go up there and hit the like button. Get the YouTube algorithm liking me a little bit more. Boom, got the 60. Nice shot, thanks. Hit a nail head. You know, that's something that I want to try, is get a roofing nail with the big head on it. and it's not going to hammer into a hard piece of wood like we got here. But I fly RC planes, and all my buddies have tons of balsa laying around. So I was thinking of getting some balsa from one of them and trying it out. Thought that would be kind of fun. Where am I coming from? I am in Wisconsin, USA, just south of Madison, the capital, just north of Illinois, about an hour. Boom, got the 60 again. Let's see if I can hit that 50 now. Got my catch box all fixed up. And I will have more targets out there shortly. Just out of paracord to hang them. So I need more paracord, which I have on order, due to be delivered by that truck place that you order all your toys from, that delivers on the blue truck with a smiley face. Better known as Amazon. It's supposed to come today, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it. You ever take out an animal or human with that? No, we don't take humans out. Hunting where I live with a slingshot is illegal. So I am not allowed to hunt squirrels or small game. I do occasionally shoot at a chipmunk pest in my yard, and I will sometimes, if a raccoon comes in the yard, I will just knock them away. I'm not going to take down a raccoon. With a good slingshot with bigger ammo and heavier bands, you can take down rabbits and small game like that, but you're not going to take down anything really, really big. Although you could really hurt a human if you hit somebody with it, but we're not going to do that. There was a kid in Michigan who chased a burglar out of the house with a slingshot. Ooh, I hammered the 40 that time. Nice hat. I was in Rangers 12 years. The church I was in. Yep, I'm still in it. I've been in it since the 60s, and we actually have an outpost in my church here that's 3 blocks down the road, which is where I usually broadcast from. But the weather's nice today and the wind's dying, so I thought I would broadcast from here. I love it. We actually have an archery range, and the kids were just doing their BB gun merit, so they were shooting BB guns in the church last night. But I love Royal Rangers. I believe in it. It's a great mentoring program for boys. So yes, I am still very much involved in it. Kid saved us. Yep, that's the one I was talking about. He was from Michigan. Greetings from Argentina, David. I'm not going to go the rest because I can barely see. Michael, you're the 3rd person that has noticed my Royal Ranger hat. Thank you. I'm still very involved with my church. Boom. Got the 70. Let's see if we can get the 60. Got it. Now let's see if we can get that 50. Ah, just missed it by that much. Oh, there, we hammered it. Now let's see if we can hammer that 40. Ooh, just missed it again. All right, let's go for it one more time. Oop. Mister, we're going to get that sucker. There, we hit it. Woohoo! You're inspired, Richard. Thank you. Appreciate that. Bill said hi. Cody, how's it going, man? Yes, double tap the screen. Throw me a like and a heart up there. Wow, we're up to 109 people. The guys in the morning have been struggling to get past 30. I'm very inspired. Hey, if you got questions, if you think the slingshot stuff is interesting, feel free to throw questions at me. If you go down in the description of this video, I have 2 links in there. One is to my playlist for Slingshot Basics. Sounds like we've got some folks in here that may not be familiar with slingshots, or as they call them overseas in places, catapults. And there's 4 or 5 videos in that basics playlist that go over a lot of the details of what the different kinds of slingshots are, how to hold the pouch, the different bands, the ammo, the aim, the anchor, all kind of different things that if you watch them, by the time you're done, you'll be able to, I won't say kill the targets, but not throw things at your neighbor's house while you miss. So go check that out. And then if you're looking for slingshots, hit that link for Simpleshot in the description too. That will take you to the Simpleshot website. They're here in the US and they got just about everything you could want or imagine for slingshots. They got everything from $15 slingshots to $150 slingshots, and everything from ammo to targets and bands and stuff to make your own bands, just crazy stuff. My two favorite frames are from Simpleshot. This is the Axiom X. It's aluminum and adjustable. That's why I like it. I have it dialed in to fit me the way I want. Boom! Killed that thing. James said hi. Hi, your name is Matthew, not Jethro. What are you using for ammo? I am currently using 8mm ball bearings. The three standard sizes that most people use are quarter inch or 7mm, 8mm, which is 5/16, or 9.5mm, which is 3/8. Yeah. And then some people for hunting will use like 11mm. That's a big old honking ball. But you got to have some big bands and a strong pull for that one. And a lot of people, when they're starting, especially when they're starting, will shoot BBs like you put in a Red Ryder. And some people will use airsoft pellets, which is nice if you're shooting outside because you can get biodegradable pellets. So those are the kinds of ammos that are most popular. Some people use marbles. That just seems, if you shatter those things, it's going to get ugly. How much does I'm assuming you meant Slingshot cost. This one is an aluminum Simpleshot from Simpleshot. It's called the Axiom X. This one will run you $120. But as you can see, there's screws on the back. I can adjust how wide this is. I can adjust these things here to fit my hand, so it just fits me good. But you don't want this as your first slingshot because you're probably going to mess things up and hit the slingshot with your ammo when you screw up, and you'll get stuff like that. That's called patina. That's where I've hit the thing and I had to file it down. This one is the first slingshot that I really started shooting good with. It's from Simpleshot as well. You can see the logo on there. It's called the Scout LT2. They also make a Scout X. The big difference between the two, the designs are pretty much the same, but the Scout X is much bigger. These are 90mm between the tips of the forks. I believe the Scout X is at 100 or a little slightly above that. I'm a short guy, small dude, have small hands. This thing fits me really good. And if you look at my Axiom X, I've got my forks exactly the same width. And the cool thing about both of these, as you can see, I think they have fiber optic sights to help you aim. And those do come in handy. Who gave Grandpa his slingshot? How long do you think Royal Rangers has been around? It started in 1964, and I believe the church I went at in Texas started in 1969 because I was 8 or 9 years old when I started, and I was in the Pioneers, which is now called Discovery Rangers. I still like that. Who gave Grandpa his slingshot back? Well, first, I'm old enough to be a grandpa, but I'm not a grandpa. I don't have any kids, unfortunately. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get old. Who's going to change my diapers? And if my wife goes before me, which is, I don't think, going to happen, I got nobody to take care of me. Boom! You're going to shoot your eye out. There's actually a guy that makes custom slingshots, and that's the name of his company. You'll shoot your eye out. When you're up closer and you're shooting at metal targets, There are times where you want to wear safety glasses. There's been a few things I've done where I should have I needed safety glasses. We had our tournament down in Indiana about a month ago, and at the practice range, stuff was flying everywhere, and you really did need some safety glasses there because there were a number of times the bearings came back and they hit the metal barrier in front of us, stuff like that. But I would have to hit something really hard to bounce it back at me from here. We're 10 meters away because that's competition length, and everything up there is soft except that coffee can, and I really only shoot that when I'm shooting long distance, like 25 yards away. What's the main strategy for aiming a slingshot? I'll be right back to you. I just want to make sure something else didn't come in. Thank you, Cody. You're my biggest cheerleader, buddy. That's the one David used. Yes, that's not the one. Those are called paraslings or shepherd slings. And I've got one that I wove out of paracord, but I have not figured that out. And because I live in town, I really have nowhere to practice. This way, like 40, 50 feet from me is a tire repair and auto repair store. And I got houses here and I got the street and a house there. So I need to be out in the country to practice that. I really want to learn it though. All right, back to the question. Oh. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Somebody asked how to aim this thing. What's the distance you're shooting? I'm shooting 10 millimeters. What's the main strategy for aiming? L2 looked like VID asked. All right, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest too. It's not terrible today. Sorry, the sun's shining in my eyes. Quick tutorial. Now, if you want more in-depth, go down to the description and click on my playlist that I have called Slingshot Basics. Subscribe to my channel and click on that playlist. And in there, I go over everything from all the different kinds of slingshots, the grips, the aim, the anchor point, the whole shooting match. All right, real quick, the elevator pitch version of how to aim. First, one of the things you'll learn to do when you start is find your anchor point. That's where you hold the pouch. Mine is on the bottom of my cheek. I'm not going to go into how to figure that out. You have to watch the videos for that. The other thing is how you hold the ammo is very important. A lot of people, when they're shooting, they'll squeeze it like this. See how I'm squeezing in front of the ball? You don't want to do that because when you do, and those bands stretch out, when you open your hand up, it creates a bump. You can see how it would go like that. And when that happens, it goes whoop, and it hits your frame and then bounces off and could hit somebody or hurt somebody. So first is you hold the ammo, not the pouch. You hold the ammo. So when I'm holding my ammo, I've got it gripped. I'm actually holding the ball between my fingers. Then the aim, your slingshot should be parallel to ground. This is the gangster style. Some people will shoot 45. Some people shoot this way. I found the easiest way is to shoot this way for me. Then this needs to be perpendicular. This needs to be straight because you can see if this isn't straight, what's that going to do? The bottom band down here is going to have more tension on it and it's going to throw your ammo up into there. You don't want that. So you want this to be straight. And the other thing is how to aim it is I think I can make this work for you. Okay, see I'm pulling the bands back. All right, see where the bands turn into one, where you can't see them? You can see two bands, see two bands. Okay, they disappeared. You only see one band. You aim down that band at the very top. And then I have my fiber optic there. I think you can see it. And that's where that's your aiming point, is the top of that band, or in this slingshot, the fiber optic. I've got a handmade frame from a tree here. And when I aim this one, I'm actually aiming at the top where the elastic touches the wood. So that's how I would aim that slingshot. So basically you're just aiming down the bands. So I'm going to find my anchor point, make sure everything's right, aim down the bands, and I missed. Would have been much more effective if I would have hit. All right, let's redeem ourselves. Boom, right smack dab in the middle. Killed it. Anyway, that's how you shoot in a nutshell. So um, if you're interested, that'll get you started. All right. So if you're interested in slingshots and you're in the US, make sure to check out Simpleshot. I've also got a link to that in my description. If you go there, that's actually an affiliate. I am the brand ambassador there because almost everything I shoot is Simpleshot, and I just believe in their goods, and they're good people. So if you buy some from there, I get a little tiny commission, which will mostly go back into buying more stuff from Simpleshot. All right, let's see. Missed some things. All right. I'm not going to be able to hit all of these. I see interesting. Never aim at the ear. Yes, that's a bad thing. I gave a subscribe. Thanks for your style. Hey, my pleasure, man. I love helping people. One of my giftings, I think, that I was born with is to teach and to help. And I really enjoy that. Shooting for a while. Hold your breath as you shoot. Yes, that is one of the tricks, especially for archery, because I help with the archery club. And when kids are having trouble holding still, we tell them to do that. For some reason, when I try it on the slingshot, it doesn't work for me. But thankfully, my left hand is pretty solid. It'll look like my right hand, but the camera flips things backwards. So I actually hold in my left hand. This is my right hand. I'm in Australia. It's not legal to have it without a license. Yeesh. Well, we're allowed to have them, but we're in the state where I live here in America. I can't hunt with them. I'm not a wild game person or a hunter anyway, so it's good. I just enjoy it as a hobby. I've always liked shooting stuff. I've just never had the opportunity or ever been very good at it. And when this chance came along, I jumped on it, and I practiced for about a year and a half. And I won't say I'm great, but I can hold my own. The archery's bloody hard. When I shoot archery at the church with kids in our archery club, they outshoot me like crazy. I'm a certified instructor, but that doesn't mean I'm any good. That just means I know how to get you started and keep you safe. You could kill a carp with that in the creek. Yes, we have carp, and I have a friend that I taught to shoot last year, and I will be going to his house this summer to shoot, and he's right on the river. And I actually hit a couple of carp last year. I did not kill them, but carp are animals that just tear up the river. So if you don't think that's nice, I'm sorry, but I would love to kill a carp with it. Love the hat. Did you get your GMA? No, I didn't. The place that I went when I was a kid, our outposts were like right by every jot and tittle and deal in the book. And I never got first class in anything. We have a young man in our church, pastor's kid, who has his GMA and also graduated from Leadership Academy. And he's now a leader and pretty much on district staff. He's only 20. And we got another young man that's about to get his GMA. So I did not, but I enjoyed Rangers. I was in it all the way through about 15 or 16 years old. And then as I got married later on, whenever I went to a church that had it, I always helped in that as well. And then when I moved up here a couple of years ago, our minister did not want to get his kid in Scouts anymore. And then he found a Royal Ranger group down the street, took him there, and the rest is history. We got our own outpost. People can use ball bearings. That's what I'm using, 8mm ball bearings. But I'm shooting against a controlled area, and unless I do something really stupid, it's all good. Someone said, hi, I can't make your name out because the sun's in my eye. Saw the ruffed grouse the other day. That would be something you could take down, a grouse or a pheasant, if you were really good, and they'd have to be on the ground. To hit one out of the air, you got to be real good. I've knocked a can out of the air a couple of times, but it takes me a few tries. It can be shot as fast as 45 mile per hour speeds. Okay, I actually have a chronograph. These bands off of this slingshot, I was testing them because the company that makes these makes them in pink and purple, and I wanted to test them because they said they were different. And I was getting, the way these are set up, I was getting 215 to 218 feet per second. I'm not sure what that comes out to be. I saw a gentleman shooting yesterday with different bands, and he was shooting a long draw where instead of pulling back to here, he pulls way back to here, and he was getting 270 out of his with a under 6 pound pull. These have about a 5.5, 6 pound pull the way they are. Is there other ammo, or is it always ball? No. The other thing that I shot a lot of, and if I took you over where my old setup used to be, is clay. You can buy clay at Walmart, the big box store, and some other places, and the clay dissolves into clay and mud when it gets wet. And so whenever I go walking in the woods or I'm shooting somewhere that I'm not going to recollect my ammo, I shoot clay at the Walmart. I can get 1,500 rounds for like $10, and that'll last me a good solid week and a half if I'm shooting a lot. So I do use clay. Some people shoot BBs. Some people shoot airsoft ammo, and you can buy that in a biodegradable form. So that's also a very environmentally friendly way. Some people shoot marbles. Some people have made their own lead 50 millimeter ammo. You got to have some serious bands to shoot that stuff. I'm not going anywhere. I saw contests in Asia. They are good. Yes, those Asian people, man, they're crazy good. We just had a tournament here last month, and I went to it. It was down in Indiana in the U.S., and I went for the pro division because if I did really well in the amateur division, they kind of rag you, and I would rather do bad in the pros than take the joy away from a new shooter. And there was 42 or 45 pro shooters, and I got a solid number 20, which was my goal. Some of the best shooters in the country were there. So I'm not as good as some of them Asian people, though. Those people are crazy. Mary said hi. Hello. Do you know Santiago? No, I don't. Is he a sling shooter? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read really well. Show us your ammo. This is what I'm shooting. 8 millimeter ball bearings. I got about 2,000 of them for under $30. So they're not too bad. Pawpaw hit some squirrels. Yeah, there's a lot of sling shooters in other states that are allowed to hunt that shoot the squirrels. Actually, my wife loves the squirrels. We feed them. If you were to look at my yard over there in my driveway, it's covered with peanuts because she goes through about a pound of peanuts a day feeding the squirrels. But we are not allowed to hunt in Wisconsin where I live with a slingshot. So those little squirrels are perfectly safe. You ever hit your hand or fingers while shooting? Yes, I have. Let me show you. This is a very advanced fork. As you can see, it's not like this one. And when you shoot this one, you have to do some unusual things with the way you're holding it and twisting it. And if you get it wrong, you can't see it, but right in here, I've ripped the wood off. And I got a different one of these for Christmas, and like within 2 days I had smacked my thumb and it hurt for a couple of months. But I'm using a little looser bands while I try this. I will pull it out in a little while and shoot it some. But yes, I have hit my thumb. These, mostly what I do with the bigger regular forks is if I mess up, I hit in here. As you can see, I've done it a few times. I call that patina. I spent $25 on a slingshot that does a worse job than Amazon with flat bands. Yes, the secret is flat bands. I have one of those wrist rocket things that everybody swears by. And that was my first slingshot when I thought I was going to get into this. And I actually have flat bands on it, and it shoots like a regular slingshot. Once you figure your aim out with it, it shoots great. But you can, if you've got one of those $25 wrist rockets. I have a video on my channel. Go subscribe and watch it. How to fix your wrist rocket. And I show you how to put the bands on and tie them on. Asians' hand-eye coordination is insane. Yes, they're probably really good video game players too. Are flat bands the new meta? I grew up with normal surgical tubing. Flat bands are very popular. The tubes still have their place. On a windy day, tubes don't vibrate. If it was windy out here and I pulled this back, these would start going like this and you can't shoot. But tubes don't do that. They have different kinds of tubes. Instead of those great big ones like you're used to, they got little tiny ones now. And they shoot pretty good. In fact, one of the events at our tournaments is speed shooting, and the really good shooters use really tiny tubes. And they work really well. I've got a setup for that. I'm still learning it. I'm not good at it. I didn't bring it out or I'd show it to you. But flat bands, the reason they're popular, one, the pull on them. I mean, for me, the full pull here is like 6 pounds. Those big tubes are like 20 pounds. So it's much easier to pull, and that means this hand's not going to have a lot of pressure and do like this. And the way we do flat bands is, I don't know how well you can see it. See how wide it is here? It's narrower back here. It's called a taper. I believe these are 22 millimeters here to 12 millimeters here. And what that does is it decreases the amount of resistance built into that band. So as it coming through, it retracts faster and quicker and gives you that speed. So people with this kind of setups are getting well in excess of 200 feet per second. So flat bands are kind of the way to go now, but I won't say they're the best. But there's a lot of people that do use tubes. Use birdshot for drones. I'm an RC guy, and I used to be a drone guy. I know what you're saying. I know where you're going, but you know, if you shoot a drone down, it's a federal offense because it is technically in airspace, which is owned by the feds. So don't shoot drones down. You like your 9.5? Yeah, I've got a 9.5 that gets in here somewhere. It keeps sneaking in. But I don't. I did some 9.5. I tried quarter and I didn't like it. And the 8 millimeter fits these lightweight bands. Just, it works for me. Lead tastes great. Yeah, it's good for you too. It causes cancer. Have you ever seen something weird out there, like creepy, like a Bigfoot or something? Crossbow. No, I'm not out in the woods. Believe it or not, I'm a city slicker, city guy, domestic person that enjoys the hobby. I do like being out in the woods some. I haven't seen anything crazy. I live in Wisconsin, USA, up north, and I still haven't seen a bear in the wild. So I haven't seen a Yeti or anything like that, but it would be fun to shoot at a Yeti because they don't exist. That is horrifying. I feel like it would instantly shatter bone. Depending on the size of animal you're shooting at and what kind of ammo and how good your bands are, it could. It'll easily take down a chipmunk or a squirrel, but I've hit my thumb. It didn't break anything. It just bruised it and hurt like crazy. Leave the squirrels alone. I do. I don't shoot the squirrels. My wife feeds them. They're like her pets. We got 8 or 10 that come out and stand in the driveway over there every morning and looking at the back door waiting for her to come out with peanuts. Cool Hand Luke, how's it going, buddy? You'll shoot your eyes out. Well, I haven't yet. Do you have some kind of collection container behind your targets? That is a really good question. The round thing, I used to have a piece of foam in there, and I don't know if you can see it on the very bottom. There's a hole right there. And they used to roll out and they would land on the ground. I used to have a bucket under it. I took that out because I have shirts in the back on a piece of paracord that catch the ammo. The shirts would get hung on there and didn't work very well. Plus, now that I'm outside, I just took that out And now all the ammo just falls in the bottom. And I don't know if you can see over here, there's a cement. There's a silver pole on there that's a great big magnet that can pick up like 20 pounds. I just go around where I'm shooting with the magnet and collect it all. And my white target, I drilled holes in the bottom, smaller than the ammo I shoot. So the ammo would not fall through and it would drain water out, and I just go up and I'm done, collect them all. Can you see the pink star? No, I can't. Hey, thank heavens the damage isn't permanent. Yeah, on my thumb, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. And I got so many comments in here. There's a mod here. I'm careful. Yeah, we do have a moderator, so if he doesn't like what you're saying, he will knock you out. Very informational, Panic Knife. Thank you. I like to help people. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Watch the basics. It's all in the description down there. All right. Sorry, I'm missing some of these. Did you just see the shot? Ranger Ralph. Actually, I'm Ranger Phil. I got some gray squirrels I see once in a while. Yep, in Michigan. The place where I go up to camp for this boys group, there's one black squirrel running around there, and I've seen him like 2 times. It's really pretty. Do you have any recommendations for a beginner-friendly sling that's easy on the wallet? Let me tell you what I got. This one is from Simpleshot. There's a link to Simpleshot down in my description of this video, this live. This is the one that I really started shooting well on. It's called the Scout LT2. This one is under $50 US. I think it's either $44.99 or $49.99. Simpleshot has everything you need to do, everything you need to get started. There are some that are more basic on there. I think there's a Scout from Zach Fowler in Maine that he designed, and there's a couple of them that are like 20 bucks or under. And they're all good slingshots. The slingshot does not make the shooter. The bands and the skill is what makes the shooter. You can just take a random piece of wood from a tree, band it upright, and a person that knows what they're doing can compete just as well as somebody that got a really good one. I just like this one. It fits my hand. If you've got big hands, they make one called the Scout X, which is bigger. It's pretty much the same design. It's just I'm short and I have small hands, so this one just fits me really good. And I like this one. So Simpleshot has lots of beginner-friendly stuff. Check them out. And if you're unsure, feel free to message me. If you can find my email address on my YouTube channel, I'm more than happy to help and point you in the right direction. I just got my first couple weeks ago, maybe. Hit a pack of smokes somewhat consistently at 10 meters, but really want to get better. Yeah, it takes a while. You know what else is fun to shoot at is a can, and I did not bring a pop can out to hang up there and shoot. I was gonna, but I forgot, so we're just not gonna go there. But pop cans are fun. They're very rewarding. They have a nice smack, and the ammo doesn't bounce back because it goes right through. And if you hit it enough times in the right place, you cut it in half. Usually takes me about 15 to 17 shots to cut a pop can in half. Are you attacking your garage wall again? No, I'm not. If you saw my other setup, I had wood back there. I have a nice specially made mat for slingshots. Here, I'll shoot one into the mat. Let me zoom in so you can see. I'm going to shoot a shot into the mat and you'll see what it does. I'm going to shoot there. It just hits the mat and falls. So I am not damaging my garage unless I miss really badly. Oh, thanks for that, though. Let's see. Man, I was a Ranger Commander. I am a Ranger Commander as well, still to this day, and I'm 64. I was in it since I was 9 years old. Animals, from what we heard, the black squirrels. Yes, they are. And then there's those really cool ones from England that have the bushy ears. From Europe, I would love to see one of those. And I'd love to see an albino, too. Sorry if I'm skipping over some of you guys. I got so many people on in comments, I can't keep up. Appreciate the Simpleshot recommendation, and I'll check the Scout out as well. Thanks, Philip. Happy plinking. Hey, Panic Knife, feel free to reach out if you need some more help. Yes, a Rural Ranger since I was 9 years old, and I'm a leader now. What is your smallest target you've shot? In spinners, I don't have one here, but I have a setup in my church basement. We have an archery range, and I've got a spinner that I think is 15 to 20 millimeter. But I don't have a setup here. I would try it for you guys. I split playing cards. So I take a playing card and put a cut on it. So that's probably the coolest thing. Usually takes me anywhere from 10 to 20 shots on a good day. A bad day, it can take me more. But it's awful lot of fun to shoot a playing card and split it and tear it. Because that's probably the smallest thing. I've shot a matchstick. I've tried to light a match. Have not been successful, but I can break the thing pretty easy. One of the other things I may have to set back up, and I had before, is I had a piece of PVC pipe with about a 1-inch inner diameter. I had a can on the back, and I would prop it up, and I would try and shoot down the pipe and hit the back of the can. And that was kind of fun too. Probably just printed out of PETG. Yep, there's people that actually make slingshots, and they 3D print them. I was a pioneer too when I started. Now I'm a leader. Go Pioneers. You got little hands like Trump. That's not funny. I want to see the most insane shot you could do. I can't do it because I don't have the setup here. But there is, on the bottom row there, don't know if you can see it, there's two spinners right there. One's about a 25 or a 30 millimeter spinner. I'm going to try and get that, see if I can hit it. I hit the very top of it and pushed the other one aside. Let me see if I can hit it. Oh, got it. Spun it. Boom, like that. I would love to do trick shots. I do have on my YouTube channel, I have a series called Slingshot Slow-Mo where I've got a slow motion camera that records 240 frames per second. And I set it up down there. I set it up in my basement in the church. And I hit things in slow motion for like, the last one I released, I had a glitter bomb and a water balloon filled with red colored water. It was epic. So check that out. Got a couple more ideas in my noggin too for more of those. I have shot a can out of the air, but I can't do that here because there's a house there, there's a house there, there's a business there, there's a man cave there, and there's a house there. So I can't really do crazy stuff. 411 people and only 90 likes. Yeah, come on, folks. All right, quiz. Raise your hand if you haven't liked yet. All right, take that hand and go mash the button. And then also raise your hand if you haven't gone out and subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I got lots of fun stuff there, and I've got a series on there to teach you how to shoot slingshots. That is also in my description. So there's your challenge. If you had to raise your hand for any of those, you got work to do. Hey, just begging here. Thanks. God bless. Have a great day too. We have black squirrels in Central Texas. They are really pretty. They just don't, we're here, where I'm at here, I just don't see very many. If you go up northern Wisconsin, there's more. I just found out owls are born all white. I've heard that too. I met a Cuban that used to practice archery in Florida in front of his house looking at the water. Behind it was a canal. Thought it was odd and dangerous. Well, if he's shooting down and he misses, it's going to go in the canal. My little brother lives in Miami, and he's got a fenced yard, and he shoots archery in his backyard. He said, I had shot once. He said, just don't go high in the neighbor's yard. They don't like that. But as long as you're reasonably under control, it's not terrible. But yeah, in subdivisions like where I'm at, people just think I'm playing with toys, you know, because they think I'm Dennis the Menace or something. But my neighbors all know I do this, and they always ask me how's things going. Smallest looks like quarter on that set. The smallest one might be in between a quarter and a 50-cent piece. It is pretty small, but I've got one in my setup at my archery range in the church that's literally dime-sized. And it takes me a few shots, but I can hit that. You black girls, squirrels smoke weed. Ah, that's funny. Hey, hey, praising King Jesus, what's going on? What about a candle flame and trying to put it out? Yes, that is on my list of things to do on my slow-mo. And now that I've got my setup here, I don't really want to do that in my church basement, which is where I also make videos when the weather's bad, because it's fire hazard and I don't really need to burn the church down. But here I can do it. So I am going, that is on my plans. And the other thing I want to do that is really, really cool is I've seen guys shooting lighters, and when they do, the butane just goes whoosh. I want to shoot that in slow motion, but I want to put a candle underneath, so when it goes whoosh, it'll go whoosh. So I'm gonna have a bucket of water close by, and I'm gonna do it right over there, but it's gonna take some planning. So if you want to see that down the road, you're gonna have to subscribe to my channel, because I'm not gonna do it on live, because I'm recording those things, so I can't really do them on live and record at the same time because I don't have enough cameras. But the candle flame's a good one. Well, hello there to you too. Are you in the Scouts? No, I'm in Royal Rangers, which is like Scouts, but we actually keep God in the curriculum, and that's the reason I like it. I'm one of the biggest, most famous Scout team. I'm in, you can tell. He said man cave, like man. No, there's a guy across the street. I can actually show you. See over there, that brown building? I think you can see it right there with the sign on top. That used to be a liquor store, and it is closed down years ago. Well, a gentleman bought it that lives down the road a little bit, and he's completely converted it into a man cave. The old coolers, like he invited me in there one day, and it's a pretty neat setup. He's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. But it's actually literally, it is his man cave. He will have friends over for ball games and stuff. I haven't subbed yet till I know who you are. I'm Philip, the Slingshot shooter. I like to teach people how to shoot. I've got a series on my channel. I just like hanging out. There's a lot of Slingshot shooters in this actual live right now. And we're like a big family. And one of the cool things about this community, let me tell you how cool they are. At our tournament a couple of weeks ago, there was a young man there. He was 25 years old. And on Easter Sunday morning, he was killed in a car accident, a rollover, and drowned in the flooded area. And he left behind a wife and a 6-month-old baby boy. And they were all at the tournament, and we all got to know them. Well, the last couple of days, a bunch of people who make custom slingshots donated a bunch of stuff, and we had for 3 nights, I think 3 nights in a row, we all pitched in money, and we've raised, I think, close to $4,000 to help this family out. That's the kind of community the Slingshot people are. Some good folks in here. Good afternoon from Scotland. Weather looks great. It's a little cool. But it's about 50-something degrees, but the sun's out and the wind finally quit blowing, which is nice, which I'm very happy about. I finally got back out. Flat bands are awesome and accurate. Yes, they are. Can you do a speed reload thing with the slingshots? I've always wanted to master. I feel it's the hardest. It is very hard. I have a speed shooting slingshot in the house. I did not bring it out tonight, and I suck at it right now. I'm not very good. At our tournament in the speed shooting, we had 1 minute to hit the target as many times as we could, and I got 12. I was hoping for 6, so I overachieved. But the dude that won hit it 23 times in a minute. I've got the setup to learn it. I just have not learned to coordinate holding the ammo in my hand and feeding it in and shooting really fast. Otherwise, I would love to do it. Maybe in a couple of months, I'll be able to do that and show you guys. Hey, Philip. Howdy. I can't see the names very well because I don't have my glasses on. You can have a career in... Not touching that. Thank you for the extra knowledge. You're welcome, sir. I'm glad I could help. Make sure to subscribe on the way out. Oh, let's see. This is more like Possum Soup Channel. I was a Weeblo. I was in Cub Scouts too when I was before Rangers, when I was a little kid. Oh, my first ever smallmouth. Tough to read though, and not takes your eyes off the targets. Yes, it is. All right, so the shot sling that I was just shooting, the bands are starting to tear, so they're worn out. So now I have my long draw slingshot out. Let's see how we do at that. I've been getting better at this. I'm not near as accurate. And then for fun, I'll pull the pickle fork out, which is the really hard one. So anyway, let's take a couple shots with this thing. I'm shooting at the big target on the bottom because I still am dialing my aim in with this thing. Whoops. I was very low and I hit the front of my target. All right, let me put these things on because sometimes with these, the long draw, the bands shoot out and sling back and smack you in the fingers. So I put these on when I shoot long draw to pad my fingers a little bit. Plus, in this cool weather, it makes them warm. That first shot was really bad. You can do better than that, Philip. Very low, so I know what I got to do. Almost. This is a more advanced style of shooting. It's not something you do when you first start. There's a few people that I know that actually found it easier than the way I was shooting before, the short draw. I am not one of those people. I've got the technique down. I don't have the aim down. Oh, got it that time. Woohoo! Do Royal Rangers sell cookies? No, I think you got us confused with Girl Scouts. Now, I know Boy Scouts sell popcorn. We're fortunate that the Royal Rangers is a church organization run by the Assemblies of God, and our church has been blessed enough that we don't have to raise money. We just give them the money they need to do their thing. If kids want to go to camp and don't have the money, we got people that give them scholarships for them. So it's really nice. We have not had to do fundraisers. I'm very happy about that. Oh, I'm so close. Hi from Egypt. Wow. Egypt, very cool. Howdy from all the way over there. What time is it in Egypt? It is 6:51 here in the U.S. I'm in Wisconsin, just north of Chicago. And for those of you that just popped in, this is not the way I normally shoot. This is an advanced shooting style. Got it. That I'm not real good at yet, but I'm learning. Kelly's band. Oh, I hammered it that time. I smacked her good. Let's shoot at something smaller. Oh, I hit it. Woohoo! Oh, I kind of hit it. Hit the very top of it and moved it, but I didn't smack the target. A little high. Whoop. Oh, I hammered that big one right smack in the middle. Paul Robinson said hi. Hello. Nice shot. I'm glad it wasn't another one of them commercials. I don't have commercials on here yet because I'm not to 1,000 subs yet. I'm getting close. I do talk about Simpleshot because if you're looking to get into slingshots, they're the place to go. And I promote the basic series because a lot of these folks are on here. We got 200 plus people online. A lot of them aren't slingshot shooters. So if you're looking to learn how, my channel has a series on how to learn called Slingshot Basics. Those are the commercials. Sorry. I like to help people. And I'm going to promote that because it helps people get in the sport. What ammo? Steel balls or rocks? I am shooting steel ammo. This is 8mm. The standard sizes that most people shoot are 7mm, which is equal to 1/4 inch if you're American. I use 8mm, which is equivalent to 5/16, and 9.5mm is one of the more popular ones. It's a little bigger, and it's equivalent of about 3/8. Those are the popular sizes. They also shoot 11mm. A lot of people that hunt will shoot that. It takes a much bigger set of bands and a heavier draw weight than what I want to mess with. Plus, I'm not hunting. I'm in town. I'm just shooting for targets because I like it. Scottish guy again. Just wanted to say hi, people who haven't. I try and skip people that I don't want to deal with. I got some marbles. I may have to go get some marbles to shoot. Not because I want to shoot them, but because I'm doing a couple of things on my Slingshot slow-mo series on my channel that just bigger, heavier ammo would just make a better impact for the slow-mo. So I do need to go get me some marbles. I've never shot them though. You got a crowd. Yes, this is amazing. 200. I had 400 and something people on earlier. It's like, dang, I've never had that kind of. I had 100, over 100 a few times, but this is amazing. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys go hit the like button. How many likes do we have? We're up to 111. Hoping you guys find this interesting, and if you're curious about the sport, about this as a hobby, please reach out to me. Ouch. Band hit my thumb on that one. I like to help people, and I want to see this as a fun little hobby grow. Woo! I want to be a good ambassador for this sport. How can I get good? Coin worker, if you quit practicing magic tricks all the time and focus on shooting, you just might do a little bit better. You know? I'm just saying. And if you get some of these pink and purple bands instead of them fluorescent green ones you've been shooting, you know, you just might improve, Coin. For those of you that don't know, Guy Coin Worker, he's a really good shot. He's won tournaments and he's won competitions, and he's a hilarious dude, and he does really good magic with coins too. I've dabbled in magic, and I'm always trying to figure out how he did it. I haven't figured it out yet. Got ideas, but I haven't figured them out yet. Boom! Not to see the bullcrap commercials, so pleasantly surprised when I saw you doing this. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. In this part of the country, we have Uncle Dads. I'm not touching that. Thanks for the comment. If you don't know Coin, he's usually the biggest trash talker around too. So anytime we can trash talk Coin, we're going to do it. All right. Let's get stupid here. For those of you that have never seen one of these, this is called a pickle fork. I don't know why it's called a pickle fork, because if you shoot it wrong, you'll get in a pickle. Coin makes stuff disappear with no hands. I made food disappear. Does that count? I'm good at that. See, I'm good at that. Nice evening. It's nearly 1 a.m. Dude, go get some sleep, man. Thanks for tuning in, though. All right, this is the pickle fork. This one for you guys. Yeah, I know hawk and coin. You know this stuff. This one is in a very advanced thing. You don't really. I'm still scared of this thing, but I'm getting better. So what happens is normal slingshot shoot through the middle like this. There's not much room there, so you can't do it. Yes, Rangers are still around. I'm a commander, very much popular here in Wisconsin. So what happens is you need to do something to make that ammo fly over the top. So one of the problems that people have when they're shooting regular slingshots is sometimes they're actually twisting. If they drop their shoulder, you're supposed to shoot like this. But if you drop your shoulder, see how I can tweak the band? And that makes it go awry. Well, when you're shooting this way, one of the tricks is to give it a little tweak, because that raises the tension on the top band and it will push it over the top of your slingshot. And if you don't do it, you hit the frame and sometimes your finger. So I'm still learning this, and I have looser bands on it. Thanks for subscribing, Juan. Appreciate it. But again, this is not my forte. I'm not good at this. Give me 6 months and I'll be better. But I like practicing, and I'm not hitting the frame near as much as I used to. So we're shooting at the big target on the bottom just because it's the biggest, easiest to hit. So I pull it back, I line up, and then I give it a little tiny tweak. See, I didn't hit the frame. Pink rubber affect the performance? No, it's just when they make the rubber, it's just a matter of putting colors on it. I've got some with purple too, and I've done tests and measured them, and they're very, very close in performance. In fact, there's a dude on here now, Hawk Slings. He's the one that sells this. It's called Tritium. This is the rosé. It's bougie. I call it pink. And the purple. And I like them both. And I've got a boatload of it. The pink band means no. All right, so I'm going to pull back, get my aim down. Now I'm going to tweak it just a tiny little bit, a little high. So I know what I need to do to adjust. As you can tell, my ammo is not flying up there at some breakneck speed because I've got bands longer than they need to be, and I'm slowly shortening them to get the power. But as you come power, you have to have your technique right. So I'm just trying to learn this. Okay, there we are. Nope, there we are. Oh, it was closer. There's the tiniest little breeze that will flap these bands a little bit. When that happens, you're not going to shoot. Shepherd sling. I have one, but I can't use it because I don't know how. I've tried, and every time I use a shepherd sling, it either goes way up high or down in the ground. How far is the range on that? On this particular slingshot, my bands are too loose. So I would not try and do anything successful over about 10 to 15 meters. In competition, we have a distance shooting competition, and it's 25 yards or 75 feet, which would be about 20 meters. In the competition, there was a young man that we were in an indoor soccer facility, and he was like at midfield. He was at like 35, 40 yards, and he had one of these kind of slingshots. He's a maker. He has one that he custom built, and he was hammering a 30 millimeter spinner like relentlessly at 30, 40 yards. Over that, you start getting a lot of drop, and unless you've got really big bands, people that hunt with slingshots, more than about 30, 40 feet, you got to be real good, and you've got to have a perfect shot. So you don't have a ton of range, but within 20, 30 yards, they're a viable little piece of equipment. The bands were shaking from the wind. See if I can calm them down. Okay, aim, tweak. Oh, little low. Is that aluminum siding ruined or what? No, that's wood siding on the side of my garage. And I have a mesh net that I bought from a Slingshot company, hung on paracord and 2 T-bars that I pounded in today. And that net, if I hit it, it just catches the ammo and drops it on the ground. Then I go by with a magnet and pick it up. It's pretty handy. I've been waiting to get a nice setup like this. Oh, I got it. Coin will be proud and so will Hawk. Thank you for explaining. My pleasure. I love to explain. From this view, it looks like you'd brush your cheek. Don't say it never happens. There might be a little mark on there where I've got it a few times. So what happens if you do the technique right with the tweak and you're holding it here, especially with this one, it's bigger frames. I can show you better on this. When you do long draw with this, see how it's wide here where my cheek is? That pouch is skinnier. So as it comes through, that pouch is going to clear it because you got your head tilted a little bit. Like I said, these are more advanced shooting techniques. And those of us that choose to do this, we will get what's called the butterfly kiss right on our cheek. And sometimes it hurts. I have drawn blood a couple of times. So close to your face. Yeah, this particular style of shooting, this is the advanced stuff. And I'm not real good at it yet. It scares me. That's why I'm shooting bands that aren't as tight as they need to be. They're not as fast as they need to be until I get my technique down. Then I will slowly shorten them. But yes, it can sting when it goes by. But if you notice, I don't know if you can see it. When I tweak the pouch back here to get it over the fork, it pushes it away from my cheek. And if I get lazy and I forget my basics, it will scrape me on the way by. It will scrape me on the way by. We call that a butterfly kiss. The reason we call it a butterfly kiss is because the guys that are really hardcore, they shoot what they call full butterfly. I don't know if I got enough bands on this one to do it, but I can almost do it. That's where you go, instead of just here, you go all the way back. Much, much faster. I bet I was hitting a good 250 to 260 feet per second on that. I'm just not going to try that very often because I'm scared. But this pickle fork might be my gateway into full butterfly. You hit your cheek all the time too, yeah. Oh, I got it. My targets are on a wire, so I've either bent that wire or that target is about to tear off because it's crooked. Ah, that's how you aim it, close to the eye. Yes. Don't be scared. Butterfly is the only way, of course. They just said that Hawk Slings, that dude is a nasty shooter. He shoots full butterfly, and it's fun to watch. I will get there, Hawk. He's been tutoring me and encouraging me, and he never lets me get down on myself, and I much appreciate it. He's a good guy. He's also the one that'll sell you the pink and purple bands. And if you're bougie, you call them rosé. If you're like me, you just call it pink. And I have a video coming out next week where I did science testing. I tested the pull, and I tested feet per second, different ways to figure out if the purple or the pink was stronger. One might be better for short or long. And the findings were very interesting. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you subscribe to my channel, you can find that video when it comes out next week. It's already uploaded. It's scheduled for release next week. Maybe next Friday or Saturday. Try and space them out so I don't want to post a bunch of videos all at once and then not have anything for 3 weeks. So I try and it gives me time to relax and make videos at my pace. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you'll get notified when those videos come out if you have. If you haven't, well, what are you waiting on, for crying out loud? You were a Power Ranger. Power up! How similar is this to traditional bow archery? It is somewhat similar. There are some similarities. You test for your eye dominance. So that is important. In archery, you have an anchor. You usually anchor here or here. Here we have an anchor and we adjust it based on our frame. Some frames, bigger or smaller, will shoot high or low. And so we will adjust our anchor for that frame and just consistently hit that. When I'm shooting this frame, I have it dialed in. I can't shoot it right now. The bands are about to break. They've got a cut in them. I think you can see it right there. When I shoot this one, my anchor point is right here. And this is my main shooter. And I know always bottom of my cheekbone is my anchor. So that is very common and popular, very relatable to the two disciplines as well. And I don't have it out here because I don't have an archery set up here at home. I have a special slingshot that's got that you can shoot arrows with. I call it a bow sling. And I started getting that dialed in Tuesday at the archery club at our church. I was shooting against the kids. I sucked. But I'm starting to get it. My last 5 shots were all in the yellow. So I got my pattern down and I think I figured out what it takes to get that thing dialed in. So I will start getting competitive with them boys soon. But there are some similarities. If you do archery, you'll catch on to slingshots pretty quick. Wow, I've got that many. Wow, I only had 894 when I started. Thanks, Hawk. Hey, you guys, help me to get to that 1,000. Then I just need to get my hours up, and I can be an actual influencer on YouTube. Make a few dollars here and there that I'll put right back in the hobby. You like the pink too? I'm mostly pink, but... Oh yeah. All right. We're going to aim at the top row at the middle. That's a 60 millimeter target. That one I was shooting at was at least 80. So we're going to see if we can do a little better. Oh, I got it first shot. We're not talking politics here, boys, so you can take that conversation out. I don't need your numbers on my channel. We're here to talk slingshots and have fun and forget about what goes on in the world. That's for somebody else to deal with. Right now, this is our escape. Oh, dude, I got it twice in a row. CB, thanks for subscribing, buddy. Much appreciated, dude. All right, I'm aiming at the bottom now, the little ones. Oh, a little high. A little high. How am I doing, Hawk? I haven't hit a frame yet. Watch me hit it this time. Watch me hit it this time. Oh, I got those little ones on the bottom. Hit the bottom left. That's what I just hit. Let me see if I can do it again. Actually, the one on the bottom outside is bigger. The one next to it is the smaller one. That's the one I'm aiming at. Oh, on the top. That's a 40 millimeter. Okay, we'll go for it. Gotta get loosened up, relaxed. Here we go. Oh, pretty close. Pretty close. I'll actually zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little better. I got to remember that when you guys talk directions, it's backwards for me because the cameras make things backwards. Ooh, that was high. Really high. I know what I got to do. It's just, this is something I'm still learning, boys and girls. That one was high too. Okay. Let's try something different. Whoa, that was even higher. This is an advanced form of shooting that I have not mastered. So you're watching me learn, which can be fun or boring. Still high. All right, got to move my reference point up and bring it down. Getting closer. I'm not giving up. Hawk won't let me. Close. Close, close, close. Oh, just by that much. What do you retrieve your ammo with? I've got a big old magnet. You probably can't see it in the picture. It's that way. That I just go by, pick it all up. Oh, by the way, since we got 222 people and some of my Slingshot friends are on, it was supposed to come today, but it didn't. So it'll probably be here tomorrow. I did something really silly. I ordered off of Amazon the most ridiculous looking Slingshot I've ever seen. It's not the one with the springs and the tubes. It's not the one with all the laser gadgets and gizmos. And when I get it in, I'm going to give it a whirl, and then we're going to do a review on it. It's going to be hilarious. Oh, that was really close. Papa, it's time to go in and change the diaper. Well, I ain't quite that old, but I'm a day closer than I've ever been. Oh, that was very close, very close. You flinched. Yes, I flinch sometimes. They're metal BBs. I'm shooting 8mm ammo, 8mm ball bearings. Some people shoot 7mm, which is the equivalent of a 1/4 inch in American. And some people shoot 9.5mm, which is about 3/8 in American. I shot them all, and the 8mm is what I like best. Plus, with these bands, it's just a good balance for me. I'm not super strong because I have a desk job. I'm not one of those laborers that's buffed and built up that has all the strength. So I'm taking the easiest route that does the job, and 8mm is it for me. Very close. .5/16 is the American. Yes, 5/16 is the American version of 8mm. 3/8 is the 9.5. I'm going to get that 40mm spinner on top here in a minute. So close. Well, we got our likes up to 134. We still got 187 online. This is awesome. We had 430 there for a minute. Oh, that was low. Like I said, boys, this is a technique I'm learning. And you're watching me, so I'm not super good at it. Whoa, that was a big miss. It hit the black screen. And that screen protected my garage. That's why it's there. For those of you that are wondering what I'm shooting at. You the man, boss. Cheers, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Slingshots are gaining in popularity. There's some people out there that custom build slingshots that are pieces of artwork. They're just amazing looking. If you're curious, go look up RVA Catapults out of Virginia. That dude seriously builds the most beautiful pieces of art that also shoot well. This is just a fork out of a tree. And I'm using it for advanced learning on this. Oh, there's a 9.5mm. Better not shoot that one. All right, enough of that. Let's go back to one I have a fighting chance on. Actually, you don't need anything fancy. This is a piece of wood. Guy made it, had a crack in it, so he filled it with epoxy. It looks really cool. This one is short draw. Just playing with you. I know. Like I kept mentioning, I was learning an advanced technique, which I've got the technique down pretty much, but my aim is not consistent. This will be better. This is a handmade piece of wood from a tree with some elastic bands on it. And I can shoot this one a little better. I tipped the big one. My good slingshot that I'm dead on with is got a band that needs to be replaced, so I can't shoot it right now. And I need to get used to this one. It's slightly different. Just a hair low each time, so I know what the problem is. Yeah, I kind of got it. Jeez. It is slightly different than the one I like, but it's a good shooter. Just need to get her dialed in. Plus, I'm kind of hurrying and I'm starting to get tired. There we go. Hammered that sucker. Hey, hello, Karen and Kevin. Can you shoot with your non-dominant hand, or is that asking for trouble? All right, this is kind of funny. When I was teaching when I was getting certified to teach archery for the archery club, they did the dominant eye test. I'd never done one. Well, in the process, I had to do a bunch of reading and watching videos online before I went to the training class. And there were two tests. Oh, I got my finger protectors on. Two tests for dominant eye. One, I'm left-handed, so I've always thought I was left eye dominant. One was to point your finger at an item over in the distance and then close an eye, and whichever eye stays on that target that you were pointing at is your dominant eye. That said, I was left eye dominant. Then I went to the training and I did the triangle thing, which I believe is a little more accurate, where you hold it up and you look at somebody. See, I'm looking at my phone right now and you're looking at my right eye. I'm right eye dominant and I'm left eye dominant. I'm both eye dominant. I'm messed up. So the cool thing about being mainly right eye dominant is I'm left-handed. So when I'm shooting, let me zoom back out. When I'm shooting, I'm holding in my dominant hand. And I think that actually helped me learn faster because I'm stronger in this hand than I am with this hand. And it just helps me shoot better. So some people say you should shoot with both eyes open. If I shoot with both eyes open, because I can kind of be dominant in each eye, I can't find, I see two items. I see double, and I have to close one eye when I shoot. So could I shoot the other way? Yeah, I could shoot the other way because I don't know, I haven't tried this before, but this could be really bad. I just need to work on the technique. Andy Lowe, buddy, how's it going? You missed all the fun. My Axiom has a band about to break. I've been shooting long draw, and so now I'm down to a Danny Sprite frame. Boo! For you guys that don't know, Andy Lowe won the recent tournament that we had in Indiana, and he was the speed shooter king. He shot an 8-inch gong 23 times in 1 minute. I got 12, and I was ecstatic about that. 23 times in 1 minute. That Andy Lowe, man, he can shoot. He shoots the full butterfly too for some of his shooting. There, now we're starting to hit things with this sucker. Andy, I got my new backdrop set up here at home. I tore my dog run down. All the fencing is gone. I got a mat I bought from Omega Slings, and I hung it up behind. So I'm going to add some targets out there too. I need more paracord. So I'm getting me a nice little setup here. Not as good as what Josh Hicks has, but I'll take it. Yeah, that bottom target's about to fall off, I think. But you have to shoot a slingshot now. That's me. Good luck with your channel. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. If you're interested in learning, because we do still have a lot of people on, I got a link in my description to my Slingshot Basics series on my YouTube channel. If you subscribe there, don't have to, but I appreciate if you do. That series of videos will walk you through a lot of things, from what kind of slingshot to get, all the different styles, the different grips, how to aim, how to figure your anchor point out, how to hold the pouch, all kind of information. Talks about the different kinds of bands and how they work. So check that out if you get a chance. Hey, bye-bye. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. For some of these folks on here that are still on, I've got a question. If you've watched my basic series on my channel, was there something in there that needs a deeper dive? Something in there that I covered it, but it would be good if I could make a video that just went into a little more detail on it. I've noticed when I look at my analytics on YouTube, my basics videos are getting lots and lots of hits, where some of my other videos, like my slow-mo, aren't getting as much traffic. So I think there's a need for more of that kind of information. And I like teaching. So is there something in those basics that maybe I described, but it's like if I took a deeper dive into it, it might answer a few questions. I have one suggestion already. I just need to spend time figuring it out and how I'm going to cover it. But if there's anything you guys want to see, maybe into more detail, let me know. I'll be glad to try and put it together. Can't promise. How long you been shooting slings for? I started, I think, about October of 24, so about a year and a half. And I did what everybody does. I made a mistake and went and bought a wrist rocket. And then I realized wrist rockets weren't any good. I needed a good slingshot. So I bought a $15 one off of Amazon. And I actually kind of learned my fundamentals on that. It was not a bad slingshot. I've still got it. I just don't shoot it anymore. And then for Christmas that year, on my Christmas list for my wife, I put 3 different slingshots from Simpleshot, because they are the go-to place to get slingshots. Everything from beginner stuff to advanced stuff. They have it all, including targets and bands and everything. And they are like the American slingshot company. So I put 3 slingshots on my list, and my wife goes, "Really? You need 3 slingshots?" And I said, "I'm new. I don't know what works yet. I want to try different kinds. I want to see what works for me." So that year, Christmas 24, I got 3 slingshots. And this was the one that ended up being the best of the group for me. It's the Scout LT2 from Simpleshot. I got a link to them in my description down there if you're interested in it. It's like $44 or $49.99. It's really not expensive. It's a very inexpensive hobby. This is the first one I got really good at shooting. It's even got fiber optics to help you sight it in once you learn how to aim and stuff. This one is really good. I like it, and this is one I'm learning long draw, and it's my dedicated long draw slingshot. My everyday go-to shooter is this one. It's called the Axiom X. It's adjustable. As you can see, there's screws on the back. It's well used because the screws used to be black. It fits my hand. I can adjust it. I made the frames the exact same size as the Scout, and then I can adjust these pieces here to fit my grip. And I've got two of these. One's a backup, and I don't have that one banded up now. This is my go-to. This is my good one. But Simpleshot, that LT2 is, if you're going to ask me, if you got big hands, get the Scout X. It's bigger. It's a wider frame and a bigger grip. I got small hands. I'm short, so I like the smaller ones. So I would recommend that. Have you ever shot with your third eye? Haha. I can never shoot that well. Well, I couldn't when I started. And it took a lot of practice. The year of 25 during the summer is when I started getting very serious. My other hobby is RC planes. And so when I couldn't go flying, I'm here at home. And so I would come out back and I would shoot at stuff, shoot at targets. And then in January, I discovered there was going to be a tournament in Indiana, which was only 5 hours from me, 6 hours. So I signed up for the tournament and started practicing 5-6 days a week for at least an hour a day if I could. And I got better really fast. I'm not super good. I competed in the pro division at the tournament. There was 40 plus people. I came in 20th, but some of those shooters were some of the best in the country. And I beat a couple of them. Brave men shooting long draw. It's an art form. It's an advanced method of shooting. And I'm learning it. Obviously, I do much better short draw. And this is just a cheap piece of wood from a tree that somebody gave me when I was at the tournament. Said, you don't like natties, but I want to give you one anyway. Natties is what we call wood frames. And as you can see, I've been hammering those targets with this sucker. It doesn't take an expensive slingshot. It just takes good bands and good technique, and you'll be a good shooter. Good show at Spring Sling. Yes, that was fun, and you were the bomb there, Mr. Andy. And what you missed, talking about RC planes there, at the end of the Spring Sling, I had an RC plane that was ready to be retired. That means it was worn out, and it was made out of foam board from the dollar store. And so I flew the plane and let people shoot at it. And that was fun. There was a lot of giggling and a lot of laughter. I'm only going to take a few more shots, folks. The sun's starting to go down. We're starting to get dark, so I'm going to have to call this pretty soon. So anyway, I'm going to do a few more long draws because somebody said very courageous shooting long draw. So let's do a few more long draw before we call it a night. Not as good at this. I'm still learning it. Someday I won't have to say that, but short draw, I'm much more accurate. Okay, I'm low, so I got to move down. Okay, talking to myself. Well, that was close. It just went right between two targets, but my level was right. Boom! Hammered that 60. Thank you, Carmine, for those kind words. I won't say I'm a great shooter, but I thank you for feeling I'm a great teacher. I enjoy it. I really like doing these lives because I get a lot of people that aren't shooters, and I get to, in a nutshell, explain how it works and create some interest and curiosity. And I hope that helps bring the sport up and make it better for everybody, because it really is fun. Thanks for the compliment on the Ranger hat. Yes, I'm a leader right now. I was one when I was a kid. Practice is the key to accuracy. Yes, it is. Practice, practice, practice. I went out and shot in the basement of my church this week, And I only did long draw, and I spent a solid 30 minutes on the pickle fork because that is my weakest thing. And I started getting it dialed in toward the end, but I'm still very inconsistent, as you can see with this long draw. I'm still shooting at bigger targets. With my short draw, I'll shoot at smaller targets, but still shooting bigger ones, getting that dialed in. As I get better, I start walking my way down to smaller. All right, I'm going to shoot at the bottom row there, see if I can hit one of them small targets. I sort of do okay with regular long draw. A little high. That's easy to fix. Woo! I didn't pay attention. Got me right there. Don't know if you can see the red, but it's kissed me. Almost. So even when you know what you're doing, you will get kissed by the bands every now and then. As long as it doesn't draw blood, it's all good. Still stings a little bit though. Oh, there we go. We hammered it. I've learned a lot today. Need to pull my sling out and practice. Yes, go watch my videos. They're linked in the comments in the description down there. Hopefully that will help you get on target and get slinging. Let me see what else we got here. Couple more shots and we're going to call it a night, folks. We still got 170 people on and 146 likes. This has been an amazing night for me. Yeah, I want to get the subscribers on my page, on my channel. I want to be able to make a few dollars here and there on YouTube. That's my goal, my desire. But really, I just like helping people. And by the more people we can reach with this fun hobby, by doing these lives and explaining stuff and creating curiosity and interest, the more people we can reach, the more shooters we get, and the more the sport and hobby grows. Someday maybe it'll be in Olympics. Hey, Landy, thanks, man. Thanks for checking us out. Maybe I'll catch, well, tomorrow I won't be able to catch you. I know you'll probably be online, but I have to, we have a funeral at our church tomorrow, and I got to go help with that. So, well, you can hit that small target with a slingshot. Yes, I can. With my other slingshot that's not long draw, I can hit it a lot better. This one is a advanced technique, and I've kissed my face twice because I'm not paying attention. So, all right, you know what, guys? I think it's time to call it a night. Been on for an hour and 40 minutes, and my back is starting to get tired, and my legs are starting to get tired, and I can starting to get harder to see what I'm doing. So before I get hurt and get careless, let's call it a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure if you haven't liked the video, like it real quick. Go subscribe to my channel and watch that basics if you've never shot before. If it looks like something fun you want to do, use that link to Simpleshot and go get yourself a slingshot. They always come with starter bands and some starter ammo, and you can go to the big box stores and buy sporting goods stores and buy clay ammo and just shoot to your heart's content. It's a very inexpensive, for well under $100 you can be shooting in a week. And watch those videos and you'll be hitting targets. So thanks for watching. Is that a squirrel in the driveway? It very well might be. My wife feeds them. They're like our pets. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep on slinging. God bless everyone, and we will see you next time.